It is currently 8:40 a.m. and LAPD is intentionally communicating a threat. Remember, they are engaged in 24 hours criminal surveillance and doing so in a helicopter. But they're engaging in what are the demonic and criminal elements of monitoring. So they are intentionally being heard flying over my apartment in the specific environment at the same time while also posing an impermissible threat because they continue to engage in the pattern of conduct in the specific environment where this light activity just rapidly appeared right now on the ceiling. That is the outward demonstration of demon possession by the Los Angeles Police Department. This is the specific environment. They are sex offenders monitoring inside of the private space. They're also monitoring one who was capturing it on video, meaning documenting it. I want to be clear. I have shown you what is the pattern of conduct. I have let you know what is the demonic activity that the state of California is engaged in. I've shown you the evidence of the demonic environment, the supernatural, where you're seeing a light source present over me for over 11 hours and in more than one region. It's also in an entirely different region, as the body of my evidence shows. This light activity, as you appear and you're listening to the stalker that is LAPD, they're demons. That is like irrefutable evidence. And the fact that a police department is engaging in and demonstrating their demon possession, this is going to be a historic prosecution for understanding what is state terrorism, while a government is practicing entirely satanic behavior, which is serving to terrorize any person. The ordinary targeted individual is reasonably placed in fear of their life, while a police department is stalking them in a helicopter, stalking them in concert with the people of the state, stalking them in a terrorizing environment, just like you saw. It is currently 8:42 a.m., and this is what is going to create that federal policy. The federal government is understanding the criminal elements of monitoring. You're understanding the demonic system that is underway. You're also understanding what is occurring in the absence of any warrant or probable cause. And you're also understanding what is going to be resulting in not only time in federal prison by the people of the state, because they're monitoring in concert with LAPD, who's flying over and around my apartment, and they're also these demon possessed, these demon infected police agencies, law enforcement agencies, who are engaging in an identical behavioral pattern, while they all know at the same time when they were being captured on evidence, all of the entity is aware. So let me be clear. The Ontario Police Department, Fontana Police Department, the entity is aware of what's being documented in Los Angeles. I am the target of the state. Okay. This light activity could not be any more indicative of that. It's entirely impossible. The blinds are closed. Entirely impossible, entirely demonic. All right, so it's terrorism on more than one front. The fact that police are stalking you, the fact that the people of the state are stalking you, engaging in what is a highly malicious system in order to do so is terrorism as well. The system of group stalking, where you're surrounded by the entity, that level of malice, and unveiling that, realizing that, being subject to that, that's terrorism. It's terrorism inflicting, again, immeasurable amount of harm and psychological harm, right, to the targeted individual who is subject to this. You're mindful of all of this when you are also going to what is necessarily placed into question is the mind state. Okay, that one whom is, and I'm referencing one, I'm talking about the entity, everybody that's a part of that entity, meaning everybody of the Los Angeles Police Department. They are going to be subject to what are mental examinations. This is a demon infected agency. It is evidenced through the light activity, which is not coincidentally occurring while they are engaged in a pattern of stalking in helicopters. A pattern. These are demons, and they're going to be subject to what are mental health checks, and they're going to federal prison. Okay. And it's the same for the people of the state. I just want to make sure I highlight all of that when you look at that impossible light activity that's occurring on the ceiling in my bedroom. This is P.O.C. and it's currently 8:44 a.m.